Hey folks, Allison here. Well, tomorrow is July 4th, Independence Day. So I think it's a great time to talk about the whole concept of freedom. Now, I'm not talking about political freedom, but I want to talk about freedom in relationships. The litmus test, the hallmark of a healthy relationship is freedom. God loves us so much that He respects our free will even to choose against Him, even to choose evil. It's not His will, but He trusts us and He gives us free will. So in relationships, how free do you feel? All right, now obviously we're in a fallen world and we don't always respect other people's freedom. I want what I want and I might manipulate you to get it, or I might make you feel guilty. I think it's important to kind of monitor your own feelings. Do you feel free in this particular relationship? And it might be a romantic relationship, it might be a relationship with family members. A lot of guilt and manipulation can happen in families, right? It might be a relationship with your employer. It might be a relationship with your doctor, right? Are they respecting your freedom, or are they manipulating your fears? Are they manipulating your guilt? I think it's very important, because anytime you don't feel free, and that's why I think it's important to say, what am I feeling here? When somebody is violating our freedom, we feel something, all right? We feel uncomfortable and we start to feel resentful. But sometimes we don't really stop and define it. Again, if a relationship is healthy, they will respect your freedom. So let's say, hey, I really want to go bowling on Saturday night. Would you like to go? If somebody doesn't want to go, I might be disappointed, and I might make my case to them and say, well, listen, I know you don't really love bowling, and I don't really love golfing either, but we played golf last weekend. Would you make the sacrifice and go bowling with me this weekend? All right, you're respecting their freedom. You're kind of pointing out, in any relationship, there's some give and take. But if I'm manipulating somebody into doing something I know they don't like to do, or they're going to resent me for, it's not healthy for a relationship. So as we think about this whole concept of freedom this week, look at your relationships and also look at yourself. Are you respecting the freedom of the people in your life? Or do you find that there's a part of you that manipulates to get what you want? And then you might feel frustrated because you sense the resentment from other people. The hallmark of every healthy relationship is freedom, the respect or even reverence for another's freedom. And we saw a lot going on in the world over the last couple of years where there wasn't a lot of respect for freedom. And that becomes a very unhealthy relationship that needs to be corrected. So the concept of freedom, it is such a great gift that God gives us. And I want to make the distinction between freedom and license, all right? Freedom is the ability to do what I ought to do. All right, to be true to myself, to be true to my values, to be true to society, the freedom to do what I ought to do, that which is good, beautiful, and true. License is where I get to do whatever I want to do. I want to shoot everybody who's got blue eyes, I can do that. That's license. Obviously very disrespectful of the freedom of others and destructive. So again, I think we hear a lot of clamor in our society for freedom, which is actually license. And you know it with your kids too, that sometimes they want more freedoms, but with freedoms come certain responsibilities. We don't want to give them license to do anything they want to do. I'm like, 9 years old, I want to drive. Okay, we'll let them drive because they're free. No, we're not doing that, right? They're not mature enough. They haven't learned how to drive. That would be license. So it has to be age appropriate, but we have to respect human freedom, or we don't have a society and you're not going to have a healthy relationship. So like I said, twofold. Is somebody manipulating or gaslighting you? You're going to feel that. You're not going to feel free. And are you doing that to others? And you may think that, you're being cute or whatever, but are you truly respecting the freedom of the people in your life? Because sometimes when you have a lot of conflict, that might be that they're feeling manipulated. So again, freedom, God reverences it, and we should too. God bless you.